guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea, and today we've got another foundation review for you. So excited for this one because I've had my eye on this one for a little bit of some time and I finally got my hands on it. So I'm excited to share my thoughts and my review with you. Also make sure that you're staying tuned throughout the whole video. You don't want to miss a beat. We're going to do, of course, application of the foundation. Then we're going to go and do flash photography. I'll show you what it looks like when all of my makeup is done, and then I will show you what it looks like at the end of the day. So stay tuned. If this is your first time here, I just want to say thank you for stopping by, taking some of your time today to spend it with me and watch my video. If you're not subscribed, come on, join the family. You know you want to. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, thank you all so much for your constant support, your love to my channel. I'm so excited. We're only about 298 subscribers from 1,000. I cannot believe it. I'm so excited because when I started this channel, I just wanted like 20 people to like it. So I'm really excited to have all of you here supporting my channel and just being on this journey with me. Okay, let's get into this video. So today, where is it at? Here we go. We're going to be looking at the Shiseido Synchro Skin Refreshing Foundation. This has an SPF of 30 and I have mine in the shade 420 Bronze. So let's look to see what Sephora has to say about this particular foundation. Okay, so this foundation comes in 30 shades and it's described as a weightless foundation that synchronizes with skin and self-refreshes non-stop for up to 24-hour just applied look and flawless finish. Okay, 24 hours? I hate that claim. Who is wearing foundation for 24 hours? If you are, let me know because I can't. Moving on. It is going to be a medium coverage foundation that gives us a natural finish, and the skin types that it is suitable for will be normal, dry, combination, and oily. Like I said, there's an SPF of 30, and the highlighted ingredients are this Active Force technology that will protect the finish from effects of sweat, oil, and facial movement. Responsive sensory technology. This will help foundation adapt to skin's condition, tone, and texture. And then finally, there's a smart correcting powder that will enhance the skin's surface texture and tone. Let's prime my face. I'm just gonna go in with the Touch and Soul No Poreblem Primer. And I'm only going to apply primer on this side of the face since it's claiming to be a pore reducing type of foundation. All right, now we're gonna go in with the foundation. So I'm gonna start on this side of the foundation. And one other thing that I wanna note in terms of the packaging, it's a glass bottle. You can hear that. And with the cap, you twist it to open it and then press down here with a pump to apply it, which I think is pretty cool. Oops. It makes it easier, or not easier, but the twist top ensures that your foundation is not going to leak out. So going in with my damp e.l.f. sponge, let's blend it out. Okay, so this is what the foundation is looking like on this side of my face, and this is what my skin looks like without the foundation. I think that that blended out very well, very smoothly and effortlessly. I would agree that this does provide good medium coverage. My freckles are concealed a little bit, but they're not totally covered up. I do have some blemishes here and here, and I really liked how this foundation smoothed over the blemishes without enhancing them, because sometimes I've worn foundation and when I put foundation on, it just makes the blemish look worse. This blemish down here is a little crusty, so I like how smooth it blended over these blemishes. Now I'm going to go in with a brush and apply it here. Remember, this is a side that does not have any pore filling primer, so I'll be looking to see how this looks over my pores. Okay, so this is what the foundation looks like applied with a brush. This is what the foundation looks like applied with a sponge. And upon looking and examining, I really like both sides, to be honest. I do think this side looks a tad smoother around my pores because I used the pore filling primer. But I will say that this side without the pores Sorry, I have some eyelashes on my face. I will say this side without the pore filling primer looks good. So I'm gonna come in a little closely so that you all can see what I'm talking about. So I feel like I can see my pores just a little bit more on this side than compared to this side, but I don't feel like the foundation is sinking into my pores and looking, you know, terrible. And this is what it looks like on my forehead and then on my chin. So I think this foundation looks really nice. I really like the color. I'm around NC44 and MAC. I wear medium 19 in the Pat McGrath foundation. What's some other common foundations? I wear shade 330 in the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. So if you're around my complexion, I think the bronze 420 shade will be a really good match. I barely pulled the foundation down my neck, and I don't feel like there's that huge discrepancy of difference in color between my face and my neck. So let's go and do some flash photography to see if we do have flashback, because this does have a pretty high amount of SPF in it, which is great if you don't like to apply a separate SPF, but it can be a problem if we're going to be doing flash photography. So let's see what this looks like with some flash. Okay, and in all honesty, that didn't look too bad. I really personally don't see any flashback. If you see it, definitely let me know in the comments below, but I didn't really see anything, so thumbs up to that. So I did want to show you all the Shiseido Synchro Skin Self Refreshing Concealer. I have this in the shade 303, and I did already apply it to my face, but I wanted to show you how it blended out and how it looked on top of the foundation. So here is the concealer blended out on top of my face. I really like the coverage that it gives. This concealer, I feel, gives a nice light to medium coverage. I know I can build it up, but I typically just wear my concealer like this, so I don't want to build it up too much. I have the concealer in the shade 303, and I think this is a really complimentary match for the concealer. Side note, or additional note, I've actually been wearing this concealer now for well over a week, so I will give you my thoughts at the end of the video on the concealer. As far as the foundation, I've worn this foundation once or twice before, so this is not a first impression. Both times that I wore it, it was a full day, so I'll also be able to give you my experience with that on top of today. So now I will be back with all of my foundation, with all of my makeup completed. So this is the final look, and this is how everything looks on top of the foundation. I think the foundation looks really good. I think it looks really natural. I feel like you can tell that I have on foundation, but I don't feel like I look cake face. It looks very smooth, and I feel like it really meshed well into the skin. I really like that it does feel lightweight. I easily could forget that I'm wearing this. Like, I know for a fact I'm going to be touching on my face today because I'm going to forget that I'm wearing it, because it really does feel lightweight. So that is a claim that I do think holds true. And yeah, like, I really don't have any extra updates for now. But we'll check back in at the end of the day to see how it holds up, especially with the claims of it being sweat proof and oil controlling. I lightly set my face with powder, so I didn't overset it, so that we really can see how this foundation holds up in terms of controlling oils and things like that. So stay tuned. I hope to still see you at the end of the video, because I'll be checking. Alright guys, I'll see you at the end of the day. Alright, we are back. It is the end of the day, and so I am ready to share with you my thoughts on this Shiseido Synchro Skin Refreshing Foundation and Concealer. So let's zoom us all in so we can see what's going on. Okay, so this is what the foundation is looking like after... This has been on for a little over 9 hours. So this is what we're looking like after 9 hours of wear. And I noticed that the prime side, which was this side, looks, in my opinion, a lot more smoother and a little better than this side does. I feel like this side shows more of my pores and shows more of the wear of the foundation. But in terms of how it looks like on my forehead, I think it looks fine. Oh, I got a little bump right there. Didn't notice that. And it's not from the foundation. The foundation has worn off some on my chin, but that's because I do this all day long. Like, it never fails. I do this all day long. So that's that. But outside of that, I think the foundation looks pretty good. Okay, so let's zoom us back out. Okay, so remember the claims of the foundation were that it was weightless, it was gonna last 24 hours, it was gonna control oil and sweat, and continue to keep the skin looking fresh. So, is it still weightless? Yes, it is still weightless at the end of the day. My face does not feel heavy. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing foundation. So, 2 thumbs up for that claim. In terms of controlling oils, I think it did pretty good. So if I'm gonna produce oils, it's always gonna be right along this area here, with a little bit on my forehead. And I feel like I have some dew, but I'm not extremely oily. But also my skin is not extremely oily. So if you have oily skin, I think this could still work for you if you used a more mattifying primer, and then of course maybe set with more powder, because I literally did a light dusting of the powder on my face. So I don't think this is not going to be suitable for oily skin or combination skin. I'm just taking my powder brush and just blotting a bit just to see how it touches up. When I wore this foundation previously, this is what I look like pretty much at the end of the day, in terms of I had a little bit of oil production that came through at the end of the day, but I was not excessively oily. So I do think this really could work for individuals who have oily skin, combination skin. In terms of people who have dry skin, I have a breakout here that is clearing up, and it was a little crusty this morning. And so I felt like the foundation glided over it very well. It did not cling to it or anything like that. So this could work for dry skin. I don't have dry skin, so I can't attest to it too much because, you know, once again, I don't have dry skin. I really do think that this foundation could work for different skin types. My smile lines, do I have any settling? So I have a nice smile line here. Got little smile lines here. And no, I mean, when I say the tiniest bit of settling, like the tiniest bit of settling. And remember, one of the other claims was that it was going to be able to move with your skin, and they're onto something, because when I say the tiniest bit of settling, I'm talking like, I mean, it's so fine, which I did a whole bunch of talking today. I was in 3 different meetings. I have the smallest amount of settling. Here, I have no settling actually. I have like very small fine lines here, no settling there. But I really think that this foundation held up very well. I'm very impressed with this foundation. I'm really liking this foundation. If you've been eyeing the foundation, I definitely say check it out. This foundation does retail for $47, so it is more of a higher end, going toward luxury priced foundation. The concealer held up really well. There's no settling of the concealer. Pull my lids down so I can see if it settled in my tiny fine lines under my eyes. I did set my concealer with powder, so yes, I set it, but I have worn some concealers that even after setting it, it still creased at the end of the day. So I think this looks really good. My under eye doesn't look dry. Where I applied the concealer, there's no drying, there's no caking. It just looks, I mean, these 2 products, like, I highly recommend them. If you've been eyeing this, go and get them. Those are my final thoughts. I hope that you found this video helpful, and definitely let me know down in the comment section below if you have tried this foundation, especially if you do have oily skin or if you do have dry skin. Let us know how that worked for you so that others can, you know, figure out if this product will work very well for them or not. If it didn't work for you, definitely let us know that as well, because I'm just one person with the skin that I have. But I'd love to get that conversation going so that we all can learn and benefit from each other. And yes, that is the end of my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye guys.